I need more Switch stuff.
More?
So, the last couple videos I've done on my channel have been pretty Switch related due to the Darius Cozmic collection that I just got. One of the other things that just happened as of today or yesterday, depending on how quickly I can get this video up on the channel, is that the Switch is now 2 years old. And I know people who have bigger Switch collections than this, but for me, this is kind of a big deal because it's the most games I own for any current gen system. More than the PS4, more than the Vita, more than any of those. I think I have like 40 games maybe, and then a bunch that I bought digitally as well. But one thing's for sure, the Switch is coming out with more games faster than I can buy them. Both these stacks have games that are still sealed that I will eventually get to open, and I might do that live with people, just do like a live seal busters, and just bust open some of these seals, and maybe play the game. But I know people with a lot larger collections of Switch than this, like my friend George, who's local, and he's also one of my patrons. He's got like 100+ games for the Switch already, and I'm like, man, there's no way that you've played them all, or at least maybe just skim through them. But like, he's a busy guy. I know he works, he's got a family and kids and stuff, so it's probably got to be really hard to play through all these games. I have this problem, and I don't even have that many games. But anyhow, what I want to go ahead and show you here are two different game stacks. This is pretty much my collection. I'm going to go through it really quickly in this video, especially this stack here, because this is pretty much the Switch games that you can get, widely available titles on this stack. And then this stack over here, this is the more obscure stuff, imports and stuff, physical stuff that you can't get here, and collections for different things. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get into it. We're going to go ahead and start with the domestic titles. The first game here is the Street Fighter Collection, Anniversary Collection. This one is really cool. It's got like all the Street Fighter 2, every legacy Street Fighter game in one collection. Bomberman R. I was disappointed with this Bomberman. I bought it just because it was one of the cheaper launch titles to get, so I picked it up. Disappointed. Didn't really care for it. Breath of the Wild, of course. This is one of the games that you get a Switch for, right? Bayonetta 2. Now this one is actually one I never picked up for the Wii U, so I'm glad that they decided to release Bayonetta 2 for the Switch. I'm very happy that this actually made it to the Switch. Alright, the next title in the list is something called Soul Dam. And I guess this is like a Connect 3 type of puzzle game. I haven't really played it a whole lot. Next is Wild Guns 2 by Natsume. Wild Guns 2 is wildly hard on the Switch. I don't know why they felt a need to tweak the difficulty in Wild Arms 2, but I find it much harder than the original Wild Arms 2, and you definitely need two players to enjoy this. Beautiful that they updated a bunch of the graphics. They added a bunch of new pixel art, which I really, really appreciate. New characters to play with. But the game is freaking hard, man. This game, Gunvolt Striker Pack, is both of the Azure Striker Gunvolt games in one pack. And let me just say, this game is underrated because this was only originally available on the Nintendo DS before. You couldn't really get it any other way other than the Nintendo 3DS had these games. And the fact that they released it on card, and it's super cheap, this title's like $30 or cheaper now because it's old. I highly, highly recommend it if you've never played these games and you're into things like Mega Man X or if you're just into good 2D games, this is a good game to get. Highly recommend. Next up is Fate Extella. Fate Extella, the Lunar Star. I actually had this one on PSP, but I've never opened it. So I was like, this came out on the Switch. I was like, you know what? I'll buy it on the Switch. I'll probably play it, and I did. It's got a lot of like visual novel portions to the game where there's a lot of story-driven text stuff, but the actual game is fun. It's like a brawler, like Dynasty Warriors or one of those games where you kill a bajillion enemies. Next is Code of Princess EX. I actually had a hard time finding this game in most outlets, and I actually had to step foot into a GameStop, which was the first time that I walked into a GameStop in forever. Well, that's not true. I walked in one other time and we'll talk about it. But this game is cool. This is basically Guardian Heroes on the Switch. So if you're a fan of Guardian Heroes for the Saturn, you would like this game. It's not as fast-paced as Guardian Heroes, in my opinion. I'm sorry. But the action is good, the intro is good, the artwork is good. It's an all-around good game. Next is Nice's Fallen Angel. This one kind of reminds me of Valkyrie Profile in a sense. I haven't beaten this one yet, but I did get into it, and it seems pretty fun. Artwork is pretty good, music is pretty good. I like everything about it. I'd like to complete it someday. Next is Touhou Kabuto V, Burst Battle. This one is like an air-based battle type game where you can pick one of the girls from the Touhou franchise. I like Touhou. I was a huge fan of Touhou back in the year 2000, and I have a thing for girls who are priestesses as well. So Reimu Hakure, which is this girl right here. Reimu is my girl. This game is fun in really short bursts. I picked this up from Retro City Games. I got a really good deal on it. Mario Kart 8. Don't really need to talk about this. Awesome. Awesome that they ported it. I did buy that game, but didn't buy any of the DLCs for the Wii U, so I'm glad that it got a port with all the DLC, since technically, you know, I'm rebuying the game anyway. Alright, next is Splatoon 2, which is pretty much just Splatoon with a bunch of added stuff. A lot of the boss battles are so cool in this game. I'm never really good at, like, multiplayer, like, games where you have to, like, beat each other up, so I didn't really play this a whole lot because I suck at these kinds of games. But the game itself is super colorful. I love the music in it. I love the gibberish that the characters speak. It's just cool. Alright, so next is Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. This one disappoints me in the fact that it's digital for the second half. So Legacy Collection 2 is digital, 1 is on the card. Why not just put them both onto 2 different cards and let people buy them? I don't know. I would have gladly bought this one and then bought the other one separately. Even Japan didn't do 2 separate ones for this. Fortunately, I have both collections on the PS4 separately, but I would have still liked them on the Switch because the Switch is pretty much all I play nowadays. Alright, next one is Blade Strangers. This one is cool, and I was really surprised actually because the gameplay is super simplistic and all the moves are like forward or forward and like some button or down and some button to perform a move, and you only have 2 real action buttons that you use to play this game. But the game itself is really surprisingly deep for considering that you have very limited motions and controls and buttons, and I enjoyed this game. And it's got Umihara Kawase in the cover. Umihara Kawase is from her own series of games called self-titled Umihara Kawase. Oh, I dropped this stuff. This one was cool because this one came with a bunch of stuff and it came with a manual. Look at that, an actual manual. And the reversible cover. The other covers got the other main girl. I chose the cover with Umihara Kawase. Very nice. Highly recommend. Alright, next one up is Mario plus Rabbids. Didn't really play this one a whole lot. We'll just go on. Crash Bandicoot Insane Trilogy. Awesome collection of games. If you were a fan of the PlayStation 1 Crash games, super awesome. Highly recommend. Mega Man 11. This one I got with the GameStop Amiibo. They totally fucked up the box. I have a video on it. We'll talk more about this game later because I have it again. Pokemon Eevee with the Pokeball controller thing, that special box. Super cute, really nice. This game here, this is my game of the year on the Switch, is Monster Boy. This game is amazing. I've gotten maybe 3/4 of the way through it, only because I haven't gone back to play it. But this game is so good. I highly, highly, highly recommend Monster Boy. If you don't have this game, you like the Wonder Boy games, and you're into 2D gameplay, get this game. It's so good and so it's so highly regarded as far as like good 2D new generation games that don't look shitty. This game looks really good. It's really awesome. I highly recommend. I can't say enough good stuff about that game. Alright, next up, Octopath Traveler. This one was also hard to find, and I ended up going to a bunch of different places, and eventually I did find it. But Octopath Traveler is cool. It's got several different stories with all these different characters. They all have their unique endings, and it's really deep and involved. And if you were into like those 32-bit RPGs back in the day, it's got that same type of graphical appeal. And if you were into those kinds of games, you would really like Octopath Traveler. Blaze Blue Cross Tag Battle. Super awesome cross tag battle game with all the different characters of Blaze Blue, Under Night In-Birth, Ruby, and Persona 4. The Persona 4 characters. I'm personally fond of Under Night In-Birth, and so I played mostly the Under Night In-Birth characters. Or Blaze Blue too, because I liked Blaze Blue back in the day. I think they're getting crazy with it, but that's their thing. Super Smash Ultimate, everybody has this, whatever, blah blah blah, no one cares. Ys, Lacrimosa of Donna for the Switch. This one is still sealed, haven't opened it. I have this for the PS1 as well, and for the PS Vita, the PS1, PS4. The PS4 version is the only one that I have opened, and that's the one that I played most of the way through. I'm going to actually just start over and play it on the Switch, just because it's going to be easy and convenient too. Dragon Ball FighterZ, amazing, amazing, amazing graphics. I haven't opened this one either, only because this was more of an impulse buy, not something I really wanted to get, but it was 15 bucks on Black Friday, so I was like, screw it, I'm gonna get it. Captain Toad on the Switch. We've gone through the original Captain Toad on the Wii U. Haven't played through this one. This one is still sealed. But I do want to eventually, just to play all the new stages, like it's got like Mario Odyssey stages. Next, Shining Refrain. This one was also another $15 Black Friday buy. This one comes in a steel case, and it's still sealed. I haven't opened this one yet, but I do want to get through this one. And then another one that I have sealed still, Sonic Mania. I did get this, I downloaded this one digital also, that's why this one is still sealed. I do want to open it, just to see what's inside, because it's got like art book and stuff, but I haven't really gotten a chance to get through it, and like I said, I bought it digital as well, so I didn't feel the need to open this one just yet, but I will eventually. Okay, so next let's go through this stack here. Now this stuff over here is like the well, I already explained it. So we're going to start off with Darius Cozmic Collection Special Edition. This one I did a video on. Make sure that you watch it, because it came with this awesome box. And that's what's playing right here on the Switch. That's what's been playing the whole time. This box is heavy. It comes with a lot of goodies. And I did do a video. I'll probably do a little annotation up there so that you can click it. And the link will be down in the description for this. Please watch this video. It's got a lot of cool stuff. And I'm really happy with this collection so far. But I also like Darius a lot. So Darius. It's a good series of shooters. Excellent music if you like Zuntata, Taito, Sound Team stuff. Highly recommend as well. Except that you can't really get the special edition anymore unless you want to pay crazy gouger prices. So there's that. All right, next here. This one came from PlayAsia, Raijin RXN. Raijin RXN is kind of... I wanted to like this game, but it's kind of weird. The stages are super short, and and there's like all this dialogue, and then you shoot like 2 things, and then it's the end of the stage, and then you start another stage, and there's like 72 of these like little stages. And I really wanted to like this, but honestly I can't. I have a hard time recommending this game, but it's another quirky import game, so I picked it up. Alright, next. This is the other reason I stepped into a GameStop last year. And this one is TOKI for the Switch. This game is a remake of the original TOKI. I also did a video of this as well. Make sure you check it out. It came with a special edition box as well. And in the box came with like a mini arcade cabinet type thing. Just watch the video that I made on this because it's also really cool, and it's another game. I think this game really flew under the radar for a lot of people. I don't think a lot of people even talked about it. I found very few YouTube videos that went into any real detail about that game. Okay, next we're going to talk about the Capcom Belt Action Collection. I actually don't have any more room on my table, but this is the contents that came with it. I bought the super special Capcom limited edition e-collectors, whatever the hell this box is called. It came with a lot of shit, but these are the 2 boxes that it came with. It came with soundtracks. I did a video on this one as well. Make sure that you watch it if you want to see all the cool stuff that came with this, because it came with a lot of cool shit. Next is Shantae, Half Genie Hero. This one, I don't know if you can get this elsewhere, but I bought this. It was a special edition as well. Super cool. I put it in this stack because it's more obscure in my opinion, so I put it there. Alright, next, these 2 games we can talk about really quickly. Saikyo Collection Volume 1 and Volume 2. I've done I did a video on Saikyo Collection Volume 1. Make sure that you check it out. It's just basically going through all the games, and it's a lot of fun. If you liked these old overhead shooters, you'll really enjoy this game. This one is part 2. I haven't even opened this one yet. I've had it for ages. I want to open it when I get to a video, and I'll go ahead and open that one up. Next, this one is Okami. Okami for the Switch is a port of the HD, Okami HD on the Switch. This one I bought because it's only available physical in Japan. So I bought the Japanese version of this. Maybe from Play Asia or Amazon Japan, I don't remember, but awesome game. I played the PS2 version to death, and I'm glad to have it on the Switch, and someday I'll play it. Maybe. Alright, 2 more physicals here. These are Mega Man Collections Anniversary Collection Volume 1 and Anniversary Collection Volume 2. I lost that one. Come back here, yo. These are cool because they're both physical. In the US, you could only get this collection same way they distributed Mega Man 1. Collection 1 with 1 being on the card and 2 being a download. Like, I hate that stuff. Like, I hate when they do that. So, this is cool. The fact that they released both of these physically is how they should do it all the time. But I picked both of these up, haven't opened them yet, but I'm glad that I grabbed them because now I had them for when I do get to them. Speaking of Mega Man 11, Rockman 11 in Japan came with this cool ass like collector's thing. Like, this box came with all kinds of shit, like a tapestry, an amiibo, a baby. Like, you just gotta check out this video. I also did, if you haven't noticed by now, I do a lot of Switch Special Edition unboxings from Japan. This is the third one that I've done, so make sure to check out this video as well. Because I talk about it, it's got a lot of cool shit. This is an amazing, amazing game, and this was going to be my game of the year until Monster Boy, but second place is Mega Man 11. And the last game that I'm going to talk about here, just because it's at the bottom of the stack, is Shikondo. This is the Shikondo Special Edition. This was a Korean developed game, I believe, and Play Asia is distributing it through East Asia Soft. physically. And it comes with the soundtrack. It says here it includes soundtrack, Soul Leader game original or certificate, and manual. And that's what the box looks like. I actually haven't opened this one yet, but you bet your ass I bought this one digital the second that it came out on the eShop because I love this type of game. It reminds me of like Toho and Shikigami no Shiro with the Vanillaware art style. So like if Vanillaware and Shikigami no Shiro had intercourse, this would be their weird baby, because this game looks like a Vanillaware game and it plays like Shikondo, or I'm sorry, it plays like Shikigami no Shiro or Toho. And it's really cool. It has its shortcomings. There's no like real story mode or ending, but the game itself is good stuff. I recommend if they still have it. It's super cheap, I think, like 30 bucks. Highly recommend. Alright, so that is it for my Switch video. You guys have pretty much seen my entire collection of Switch games. In my opinion, I think I've got some pretty good quality stuff. I'm not buying like every single Switch game, but I think I have pretty much all the games that I want on it. And in the 2 years that the Switch has been out, I think it's had a good number of games, in my opinion. It's got a lot of good shit to play on it. But let me know what you guys think. How has the Switch treated you guys in the 2 years that you've had it? If you don't have it, let us know down in the comments why you don't have it. Do you hate it? Do you like it? Do you want one? You can't afford one? Let us know. I want to hear your opinions down in the comments. And I think that'll do it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Hey everyone, thanks for watching this video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And while you're at it, go ahead and click the notification button so that you're notified whenever I upload a new video. I'm also on Twitter and Instagram as _Sarumaru, so check me out if you want. Huge shoutouts goes out to my small but loyal group of patrons. You guys are awesome. If any of you want to be part of the Saru crew and check out some cool patron-only stuff, come check me out at patreon.com/Sarumaru. You don't have to, but I'd greatly appreciate it. Until next time, folks, bye-bye.